Hello, everyone. Welcome to Small Biz Tips. So, I think a year ago, I put a post out and I connected with this young lady. We spoke on Facebook, and then we finally got a chance to connect a few weeks ago. And I met her husband, and I was so blown away by these guys. I had to bring him on, guys. What's up, Yan and Lee?
What's going on? What's going on, bro? You feeling?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm excited to have y'all here today. I can't wait for y'all to share what y'all got going on with our audience. But
Oh,
before
yeah.
we start, who is Yen and who is Lee?
Yeah. Well, I'm Jan.
I'm
It's
Lee.
my wife, Lee. We are Sice Your Life.
Okay, tell us more. What is that?
Sice Your Life. So Sice Your Life is our brand. It represents three things: health, wealth, and relationships. You can see it in the logo. So it's a dollar sign, it's a plant, and there's a heart. We didn't even know this when we created it. It was just putting together who we were.
Yes.
And then we realized that we stood for health, wealth, and relationships. So we were living in China for 4 years. And in 2016, we started putting up videos. A friend, our cousin told us, y'all should start posting videos. Y'all doing all of these different things. So we started videos, traveling the world, things like that, living in China.
And keeping our family updated.
And keeping our family updated because that was the point, because they couldn't see certain things. It was blocked. And then my cousin came and was like, yo, Sice Your Life. Y'all Sice Your Life. And we said, you know what? That's the name.
Dope.
And Sice is a DM slang word.
Yeah.
Where we're from DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Okay.
And that's how, it means to enhance your life.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. So wait a second. Let's go back even further. Y'all went to China. What part? Because I've been in China years ago. So I'm curious, where'd y'all go and how many countries did y'all go to? Solely China, or did y'all travel all over?
So we did like 12 countries so far.
Yeah. About that.
Yeah. Through like Asia, Europe, Italy.
South Asia.
Yeah. Dominican Republic, Canada. But in China, we were living in Dalian.
Okay.
So it's the northeastern part of China. It's a peninsula like Florida, but it's cold up there. So you got the sea. It's like, freezing. They call it the romantic city of Dalian. It's like an hour flight from Beijing, an hour flight North Korea or Seoul, South Korea.
Like right there in the middle.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what was you guys' biggest lesson living in China for 4 years?
I think for me, it was just like, you kind of got to adapt to your surroundings. Like, it was such a culture shock. And the language, culture, the people, just everything was like a totally different environment. And we kind of had to adapt to the culture. And we had to, do what we had to do and kind of in a little bit. But it was a great opportunity. It was a great experience. What do you think?
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get everything I want to say into one message, because it's so many lessons that I learned from China, but the biggest one has to be what Lee says. We had to learn how to adapt.
Yeah.
I mean, you're put in a whole situation where, there's not even letters. It's only characters.
Yeah.
Even sound anything out. The bathroom's right there, but you have no idea because you can't, unless they have the bathroom sign, like, so it was a complete, like, you have to adapt. This is not your world. You have no control. You have to adapt, and that's basically like business, pivot or perish.
I agree. I'm glad you said that because I'm curious about what you guys end up doing after you came back from China. What kind of business did you start? How did that grow? Tell us more about that, because if you were able to adapt to that culture with the changes and live there for 4 years, you need that same mentality when it comes to business.
Yeah. Facts. Well, we came back to America with $1,000 to our name. We had to start all over, but we were debt free. So we paid off $80,000 of student loans in 16 months. And Lee, my wife, got arrested by undercover agents.
What?
So, yes, going into work, she got arrested by undercover agents. Long story short, we had to flee the country. And I'm gonna have to, I don't know how much I can say on this podcast. It was not our fault. We were good. It was we were scammed by the school who didn't have the right paperwork
Oh,
to
wow.
to have foreign teachers.
It was like a movie, man. Like it was right before the pandemic.
Right. And it's all on our YouTube channel. And that brings us to saying like everything happens for a reason. You just got to stay positive, see why it happens, because we just paid off $80,000 in student loans. We were debt free.
Yeah.
We just had the biggest contract, so we were getting ready to make more money and then be able to come back to America with investment money. In a week, we only got $1,000 to our name, and then we had to up and leave our whole life, come back to America, not knowing why would have happened, and then maybe 2 months later the world shut down and the pandemic, COVID, and that's when we realized we was like, so that's the reason why we got kicked out of China, because God, the universe, Jah was like, I'm gonna let y'all get stuck over here. I'm gonna take y'all home, you know. So we came back to it with $1,000, and we started running with MLM, network marketing.
Wow, that sounds like a movie. So
Yeah, man.
that's crazy. So let's talk about that, right? $1,000 in your pocket, back in the States, started with a network marketing company. Are you comfortable sharing what company it was and then what happened in that process?
Oh yeah, Novetica, your pet's choice. We're still part of the company. Great company, changed our life. Dr. London taught us so much about business. Absolutely.
Right.
What was the
Absolutely.
biggest lesson?
About business and how we move. Network marketing is an amazing industry. It teaches you everything that you need to know how to run a business, from customer acquisition to you know, your team, sales, marketing, branding, analytics.
So yeah, we're doing that, and we're also building our YouTube channel as well,
Yeah.
which we started in China. We had done that for 4 years, and we built up our following up to like 50,000 on YouTube.
Nice.
And different platforms and things like that. And that's what we've been building as well as Novetica. And
That's
we
awesome.
a lot of things. Yeah.
So I'm curious, right? You build your brand, your personal brand, and then you start building that. You guys have other businesses as well, right? Like a tax business. Tell us more about how'd you get with that? How'd you start that?
Yeah, you want to say it with me? So when we were in China paying off our student loans, we hired a financial advisor. Called us paying off, like, you know, your debt, student loans, how credit works, building your credit, choosing banks that are working for you, budgeting, emergency savings plans, all that type of stuff. So that's kind of how we started getting into the finance industry. Back then we started helping ourselves. And then we ended up finding out a partner or somebody that we were in business with at the time, showed us the industry. And we said, okay, cool, let's look into it. And we looked into the industry and said, okay, this is simple, like taxes. Like, you know, we all need to know this information, but we don't know this information. And it's very simple. Yeah, it's very simple information. So it's like every year we have to do our taxes. If we can all, like, our thing is big. We're big on together, not divided, as you can see on the shirt.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
We're not divided. So we want to give this information to people so they can utilize it, because our community, unfortunately, does not grow up with someone teaching and telling you this. So we have to go searching for it. So we more so to help people, but do taxes too.
Yep.
And I'm curious, right? Because you have a lot of different things that you're balancing. You got the family life. I'm really curious about that because it's not too many couples that work together. So I'm curious, what's the magic for you guys? What has made it work, right?
I'll tell you something that, you know, working together as a couple and as in family and in business, it's not easy and it's not for everybody. It's definitely something. It has its challenges, but you know, we have a vision, a similar goal, and we really work together to pull the strings, and we each have our roles to our company keep growing and getting to the point, because we each have our own strengths. Right. So that's kind of divided up and keep the company moving forward.
That's amazing. I want to go a little bit further because you also have a family and you have several businesses. How do you guys balance all that together? Because a lot of business owners dealing with that, and it could be super stressful for some. So what do you guys find that works? What are some of those gems?
Well, systems, schedules, automation, balance,
Okay.
making that you respect your time. You know, you want to be there to help clients all the time, but you have to cut off. You have to
Mhm.
respect your hours, so that you can, you know, reset, getting
Mhm.
some family time in, you know, getting those dates in,
Really,
making sure that we still getting those and making
right.
sure that we still getting personal time, because, you know, when you're together and when you're together for a long time, it's easy to lose yourself. You know, you start
Mm.
thinking about us all the time, but you forget about yourself. So we got to get our own quiet time. I'll tell you this, right? We never even said this before, but since wifey had a baby, we just had a baby 3 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Congratulations.
give thanks, natural home birth. And since then, I literally, since the baby was born, I started sleeping in another room. I was like, I'm
Wow.
gonna give y'all, let me give y'all space, because they just needed that bonding, and it's just
Yeah.
like I'm gonna give y'all that space. Since then, I have not gone back to sleep in the same room. We've been sleeping in different rooms, but this is something that we're going to make a video and talk about and put on our course.
Yeah.
We've seen increase in our I guess mental capacity when we are able to begin and end our day alone in our
Hmm.
own heads.
Mind you, we've been
Tell me
together
more.
years.
Yeah.
Tell me
You
more
know,
about that.
so like waking up in the same bed,
Yeah.
right? Wake up in the same bed. We work from home, you know. So what's the first thing you're doing? Talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
With whatever they're doing, you have to think about, because you are subconsciously aware about what they're doing. So
Mm-hmm.
you cannot focus on whatever it is that you want to focus on, because you know what I mean? There's other energy that's there. That's just what it comes down to it. So, but if you can begin and end, and when we do begin and end our day, and we've been seeing this, like, you know, alone with our routines, we've seen that we've been able to have more like mental capacity when we come together to do business. It's like, all right, now, boom, 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 more productivity. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
You guys more become more creative, like the creative juice start flowing because by taking some time apart to each other, it refresh y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're together all the time.
And do you feel the same way?
No, I really, really do. It's definitely changed. You know, like I said, we've been together 15, 16 years. And this is the first time we were like in separate rooms. And it's like, wow, like it's more clarity. You
Mm.
know, it's definitely been
Like, she can end her night how she wants to end her night.
Yeah.
Like, I can end my night how I want to end my night. If I wanna study this video right here,
Mm-hmm.
go ham and look at all these books, and be on the computer and the internet doing this and then listen to music, you know, I can go and do that. And then we even put the red light on. So at that time, like in the evening, we don't have the lights on anymore. We got red lights. So
Mm.
it's here on your body, your mind, your eyes, your brain, your circadian rhythm. So to wind down, so that way you're not still just up, and that way
Yeah.
you can go into resting, and then you wake up, get outside into that sun, start your circadian rhythm over, and you'll be surprised uh how much of a difference that you could make in your life, that translates to your personal,
Mm-hmm.
the family, the community, the financial, when you just take some more time to um do some of these holistic approaching tips.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, because I'm just thinking a little bit deeper here, right? You guys, although you spend a lot of time with each other, you're still able to kind of have time to yourself. Now, you mentioned you guys been each other for 15 years. You guys look like you're in your early 20s. So I'm just saying. So that's pretty cool. When you said 15, I'm like, wait, what's going on? You guys started together at 5 years old. Um, so how is that, how do you guys handle, like in the business side, how do you handle, okay, you handle this or you handle that? how do you deal with, sometimes I'm sure you guys don't agree with everything, right? How do you guys handle some of those challenges as a couple in entrepreneurship? How does that work with you guys?
And we definitely do have disagreements. I mean, that's normal. We have meetings. We definitely have to have our meetings weekly, meetings just to come together and map out our vision, map out our goals, map out what we want out of our relationship. Everything that we just brain dump and go through all of our goals and break down, like, this is what you need to do, this is what I need to do, or this is how we can do things better, and just talk it out, communication.
Yes. And I have the best systems. Like, I mean,
We're still learning.
like, I'm not saying this is the best, that we know it all. Because we still trying to figure things out, but we have learned a lot, and we have departments. So versus someone trying to do something that they're not good at, we try to put them in position to take over the role that they're best at. I would be in charge of the visionary. I would do the visionary roles, right?
Gotcha.
He would do the operations.
Okay.
The right? The reaching out, the emails, all of that, the collaborations, stuff like that. So, so we'll split it up into different departments and then do it like that. We don't always want to do what we have to do. And, sometimes it doesn't get done. Sometimes it does get done. And, sometimes we got to go through it. But, at the end of the day, meet, sit down, talk about it, find a solution. You gotta be oriented. Like, you just gotta find a solution. And if we can find a solution, then we can move forward. But if there's challenges at level 3 and you can't get past the challenges at level 3, then how you expect to get to the challenges at level 4 and 5?
No, this is super helpful. I want to go a little bit deeper. You mentioned something about you guys have a course. Tell us more about that. What's the course about? How can people benefit from that?
Man, SYL University, it's we got like 50 videos on there, new videos every month, 3 different categories. So health, wealth, relationships. In the health section, you can find holistic protocols for all disease, right? So we help people heal from issues that.
Go ahead.
You want me to say
that? But yeah, so you 54 videos. Tell us more, like, health, wealth, relationship. How do you, like, I'm curious because I think that there could be a lot of people can learn from.
Right. So a total life change. This is a lifestyle that we're talking about. And so it's this unlimited information, all of the information that we have to help people enhance and size your life in terms of health, wealth, relationships. So to dive deeper in the health category, we have holistic protocols for all issues and diseases. Diseases is temporary, but we're not going to go into that, right? So we're talking about stuff that people don't talk about: herpes, fertility issues, diabetes, lupus. Okay, yeah. So we we're here with those issues. Now we have the wealth videos. We're teaching people about basic finance and economic stuff. Things we were talking about, budgeting, things like that. Credit. Taxes, we're going to be adding more things. And then the relationship videos, those are us sitting down, having a raw conversation, answering questions most times that were asked from other people, but talking about the question before we get on the camera. So it's just a raw
it's live. I love it. Wow. So to kind of wrap things up, right? You guys have so many amazing experience, from, paying off 80K in debt to shifting focus and having fun and craziness in China to starting several businesses. I'm sure there's a lot of lessons, a lot of mistakes. What is that one small biz tip, each of you, Lee, Yan, that you guys would like to share that, you know, that can benefit other business owners from your experience? We'll start with Lee.
Yes.
I would say for sure to know who you're getting into business with.
Man, thing I was going to say. See, look, when you together for 15, 16 years, it just happens like that. I'm telling you. Okay, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
So know who you're getting into business with. I think that's a lesson that we've learned that's very, very, because you know, if you're gonna have this business relationship, you got to be on the same page. You got to have the same morals, same ethics, and make sure that you're going down the same path. Really, and that's a big one for us.
Yeah, and the reason why we say that is because you know, when you go to like a lot of conventions and things, they always say your next business partner could be in this room. So you're so quick to look for like somebody like, who can we do business with? Who can we do business with? But you got to make sure that, you know, that's a good person to do business with, because attaching yourself to that person, you know, can mess up. You know, there's a lot of people that go into business with their partner, but they don't even know the exit strategy or, you know, things like that. I have two different visions and it can ruin things. So that's why we say that. But
wow. I love it.
A separate thing to say?
Yeah.
A separate tip to tell business owners?
I would say plan.
Yeah, you know, you got to write things down. You have to make a plan. Information changes situations. You know, do the research, read a book. We got these books, like my guy Jeremy Funderburg said. A lot of us got these books on doing more shelf help than self help. You know, like, we got to read these books, because at the end of the day, every book you read, every piece of information you get can change the situation. You could be down today, up tomorrow, you know, just like the record. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just get out there and get this information. Yeah. Nobody can stop you. If you have it, if you know that this what you want to do, then do it. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to, you know, say that you can't do it. It's going to be people that's going to block your blessings on purpose and on accident. They might be wanting to protect you. Family members, it's going to be the people closest to you. Like, but at the end of the day, like, your vision is your vision. So trust the process, enjoy the journey, and stick to your vision. And if you can do that and make sure that you stay ethical, moral, and legally correct, because it's a lot going on out here, and you want to make sure that you can, you know, go to sleep without looking over your shoulder, you know. So
how do people get in touch with you if they want to work with you, either from the tax business, the personal branding business? Like, what's the best way that they can connect with you guys?
For everything related to health, wealth, and relationships, Sice Your Life on all social medias. SICE Your Life. So YouTube, where else we at? Not everything but Twitter. And then for taxes, our personal social medias. Or you want to do email or social media?
Social media.
Personal social medias for taxes. Yaso Sice and Sice Mama Lee.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, thank you for jumping on. That's Yan and Lee. You guys are awesome. And definitely check them out, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Thank you so much.